Move this forward a little more. Oh, that's not good. Hello and welcome to Craig O Bricks. I am Craig, and in this video, I'm going to do something that frankly terrifies me. I'm going to take this UCS Millennium Falcon Lego set, and I'm going to mount it to this. Now, this is a Lego compatible stand. It is not made by Lego. It is not made with Lego parts, but it's supposed to be compatible with Lego parts. Now, I don't know how these are made. I don't know if these are just 3D printed or whatever, but from what I understand, it's a pretty sturdy set. But the difficulty here is going to be in picking up the Millennium Falcon and mounting it to the stand. Because if you know anything about this model, you know that it's very, very flimsy. I mean, you can just see if I try to move some of these parts here that it's very, very flimsy. And if I just picked it up by the sides, it would just probably break in half. So clearly we don't want to do that. I've watched several videos of other people mounting their Falcon to similar stands. So I know some of the things to look out for, but the first thing we need to do is we need to build this. So let's get started. Okay, so first of all, the instructions on this thing are, well, if you're used to the Lego instructions, in comparison, these are terrible. I mean, the pictures are tiny, and it's really difficult to see. I mean, even up close, difficult to see where things are supposed to go. Some of these illustrations show this entire structure with just a tiny piece added, and you kind of have to hunt to find out where those tiny pieces are supposed to go. But ultimately, I ended up figuring everything out. There was one piece over here that did not stay on very well, so I used a little bit of putty to keep it in place. Other than that, I mean, the instructions were bad, but you could figure it out. They weren't so bad that you can't figure it out with a little bit of trial and error. Now comes the scary part, the part where we have to pick this up and mount it on this. So the way this works is you've got a couple of pegs, and this is not in the instructions, by the way. The instructions just tell you how to put this together, but you've got these red pegs here, which in the instructions it shows them pushed all the way through, like so. We don't want those pushed through yet, because once we mount the Falcon on this, then we'll push those closed, and those will hopefully keep it in place. Now, this is usually a 2 to 3 person job. I'm going to try to do it myself, so that's terrifying. And hopefully we'll have some luck. I've seen some videos where some people had to remove certain parts to get everything to work, where they had to remove, I think, one of these. I think depending on the arrangement of the Falcon, the arrangement of the red pegs is going to be a little bit different. But I think that I'm going to be displaying it in a way where the current configuration will work. And that way is with the cockpit side up. So it's going to be facing to the left, and the cockpit will be the top part. And I think the last thing to do is just to suck it up and make it happen. So one thing I'm going to do to help me out is I've brought a couch pillow, and I'm going to rest the Falcon on its side on the pillow, and I'll just hold it up on the pillow as I pick this up and put it on the Falcon. How well that's going to work, I don't know yet. I may have to change my strategy once I get started. But the first thing I want to do is I want to take off the top panels. All right, so again, I can't just pick it up by the sides and turn it up. That will probably break it. I've got to pick it up from underneath, and then when I do that, I'm going to place it on the pillow. And again, like I mentioned before, I want the cockpit side to be up, so I need to make sure I tilt it in the right way. There we go. That wasn't so bad. I thought that was going to be much more disastrous. Okay, so there's a few of the landing gear that have to be taken off in order for this to work. And I'm not going to jinx it by saying that so far this is much easier than I thought it was going to be. All right, so I'm just going to start. I don't know if you can see it. I'm not going to risk tilting it over so that you can see it, but right along this section here, there is a hole that these pegs will fit nicely into. That should make it fairly easy to snap into place. I just heard something fall apart. And I've got part of the stand falling apart now. Move this forward a little more. Oh, that's not good. Okay, so this is why this is a 2 to 3 person job. Part of the stand fell off again. This is not going my way at the moment. And more just fell off. Let's see if we have the same problem over here. Another piece just broke off. Another piece at the top. Again, all kinds of things are falling apart now. So this is not the video you want to watch to learn how to do this the right way. Just lean that back, and there we go. Okay, so for the most part, we've got this in place. There's just one more peg that needs to go in and some reassembling that needs to be done. Ah, there we go. Now it's in. Okay. And that is how you destroy your Millennium Falcon. But let me go ahead and show you the consequences of trying to do this yourself. We've got several pieces that have come off, a little bit more than we planned, but there we go. So I'm going to finish cleaning up this mess, and then we'll see how it looks on the display stand. All right, so I've reassembled what was broken on the Falcon. There were a couple of pieces where I actually had to go back to the instruction manual, all the way through the instruction manual to figure out where they belonged, but I got them back in place. Everything is how it should be, and I've got it mounted on the shelf. So before we check it out, I just wanted to say thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe below. Leave a comment, let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you've tried to put this together yourself and if you found a better way to do it. I totally won't mind sending people to your video, because my video is more of a how not to do things. And if you've learned anything from this video, it's that you shouldn't do this by yourself. But once again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Let's check out the ship.